for your own life? I bet you do. Or maybe you're struggling to create a vision for your life. It's a challenge for a lot of people. So whether you're struggling to create a vision for your own life, have a vision for your own life, or want to learn how do you really expand that vision, this is going to be the show for you. Welcome to the Akashic Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for pressing play. You literally could be watching anything right now, but you're here with us on the Akashic page, on the Akashic Network. And hopefully you're not just tuning in to us every single Friday, but you're also tuning in to the tremendous amounts of shows that we've got going for you and continue to expand and grow. So if you're looking to expand your vision, step into your vision and own a bigger vision, which I think you should be, and we'll talk about why in a bit, then you're absolutely going to love this show. So if you're tuning in live or you're watching the recording, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that love button, send some of those bubbles across the screen. We appreciate those. I want to give a big shout out to the person sitting right next to me every single Friday, which is your founder and director here at the Akashic Academy. If you guys don't know Emily Harrison, you should totally know Emily Harrison. Emily, as I mentioned, is the founder and director here. She is the visionary person who started the Academy, and she had the vision, which what we're all living into now. And that's why vision is so important, to see what we could all do and what we could create for this world. Emily is teaching people how to read their Akashic Records. She's certifying you so that you can get the answers to questions that you may be struggling to get, so that you could develop your own intuition and really step into your power in a big way. And she's a ball of fun doing it to do it with. So Emily, how are you doing today? What's going on? It's Friday.
It's Friday, my friend. I love hanging out with you on Friday and the awesome community that we are building here. Yes, the vision came through me, but it takes all of us coming together within this space to really uphold the amount of growth, the amount of excitement, the amount of joy that we're all learning to expand. And it quite honestly takes the synergy of you, my friend, showing up and really teaching me how to expand this vision, how to share it with the world. You know, when I was in high school, I just went to my son's high school open house, and he has this journalism teacher that is teaching how you use all aspects of journalism to create a business on social media. And I'm like, wow, this is what I do. This was not a class that was offered when I was in high school. I totally would have taken this class. But it requires that level of understanding and communication, how to share your vision in a bigger platform. That's the other aspect to this that you bring to the table so brilliantly. You have taught me so much about how to reach a wider audience. And now together, you and I are creating that space for other light workers to step up, to reach wider audiences, to get stronger in their vision. Of course, the Akashic Records has been the key to the unfolding of my personal growth, my personal vision. It's why it's my passion to share it with others. You can see the growth that is happening around here. It is so exciting. All of our network hosts are so profoundly knowledgeable, and it is such an honor to be partnering with them too as we're moving through this process. So Nick, thank you for your synergy coming together with mine and what we're creating here in this space. Just creating more and more opportunity to spread the message of light, love, connection, and expansion. And it is so fun, I have to say.
It totally is. And thank you so much. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here with us and helping the Academy grow. You know, we're growing at an exponential rate. This page had 1,500 people at the beginning of the year. We are now over 8,300 people, and we are just warming up. Our vision is to have millions upon millions of people every single day plugging into the Academy, because here's what we're up against. Let me give you a little bit of vision right now. Here's what we're up against. CNN has 24/7 broadcasting of constantly negative news, constant messaging of what's wrong with the world, how everything is being destroyed, even though UN stats all show that the world is becoming a more peaceful place, a more prosperous place. Yes, there's challenges. We're not saying there's not challenges, but the reality is we're actually getting better and better. We want to feed that. We're up against Fox News, who is on the other side of CNN doing the exact same thing. So rather than joining the battle between left and right or all of this stuff, let's just totally ditch all of that And social media is now giving us the platform and the ability to create our own networks where we're pumping out 24/7, constantly positive news, spiritually uplifting news, and really connecting with people in a big way. So that's our vision. And if you agree with that vision, if you're on board with that vision and you want to be part of that movement, because this isn't just about me and Emily, this is about transforming this globe into the conscious society that we all know we're capable of being. We need every single one of you to share these videos out, to invite people to join the Academy page and to be part of our Academy, because the more that you're a part of it, then the more you're a living, walking example. Remember, you need to be the change that you want to see. So, Emily, we've got some people who are being the change right now, and we've puppetized them. So why don't we go into our puppet show for today?
Right. You ready? Give me a drum roll. Hey, everybody. If you have not met Laura Carrillo, our new show host, speaking of our amazing host here, her new show is debuting today, Creating Sacred Space with the Feng Shui Lady. Laura Carrillo debuts right here on the Akashic Academy Facebook page at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we are so excited to be welcoming Laura. You know what? I might be leaking a secret piece of news here, but Nick and I both have new shows that are coming out on the network. And our awesome Feng Shui lady has been giving us tips and is going to give us some more tips on setting up really cool sets. So we're excited to use her knowledge to create a really beautiful space here visually for you guys at the Akashic Academy. This show that Laura will be bringing to us tonight is all about understanding this sacred art of Feng Shui, shifting the energy in your house. She gives really practical tips on things that you can do to upgrade your own energy inside of your personal space. And she's really fun to hang out with. So Laura, we are so happy you are here. Welcome to this family. And we're excited to learn from you and just to create a really welcome space for you. So we're glad Laura's here. Everybody, make sure that you tune into Laura's show. Of course, Brad Johnson is joining us. You guys know that he's a personal favorite of mine. Somebody who's really held space for my own growth and expansion in channeling. His show's coming up at the top of the hour after our show. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Do the math real fast in my head. And these are just, a slice of the amazing shows. You guys tune in every single day. We have shows here for you on the network. And it's just helping us grow and expand this reach. We have new members we're welcoming into the space every single week. I want to give a shout out to some new members that joined us inside the space this week. Teresa Holmes and Katie Carter Reichart are joining their soul tribe inside the membership group. For $11.11 a month, we give exclusive access to over 8 new workshops every single month. These are private workshops that both Coach Nick and I show up and teach only to our members, as well as new moon and full moon ceremonies, which really help us harness the natural energies of the planet that we're on, of the celestial bodies in our sky that are really affecting the energies, the moon and the sun. When we tune into these energies, we can really chart our own growth in a very cool way, because it's naturally designed to help us at the full moon, which is coming up this weekend, release what no longer serves you. And we do that together in ceremony, in sacred ceremony together, which is really, really powerful. And then, of course, at the new moon time, we are holding space. We're planting intentions. We are dreaming big. And I love that we're going to talk about vision today, because this weekend is a great time when you can say, all right, what's really standing in my way from stepping into that big vision? And you can consciously release that. And the divine luminaries here in our solar system here to help us are gonna hold a more magnetic space for you to release that. You're going to get support. So I'm really excited to be offering that to our members this weekend. If you're not a member of the Academy, you can still sign up and join that ceremony that we'll be having this weekend. Just click the link at the top of this page, the sign up button, go to get started, and we will be stoked to welcome you into this tribe of magnificent souls, just growing and expanding so profoundly. It's one of the most dynamic projects I've ever been a part of, I have to say.
Love it. Fantastic. You guys can see that we're super excited about what's going on here, and there's tremendous potential for all of you guys to be involved. In fact, we won't create the change that we want unless people get involved. And creating vision is the first step. And if it's not one of the most important, it is the most important step. You know, in the Bible, it says that without vision, the people will perish. And that can be taken a few different ways. Ultimately, the way that I understand that proverb is without spiritual vision, meaning if we can only see the material aspects of life, then we lack vision. Meaning what the great spiritual masters have taught us is that without spiritual vision, we can't really understand life. And we could see that so many people are confused. Why are things the way they are? Why is it this way? Why is it that way? How do I make it better? That's all symptoms of lack of vision. But you could see whether it was Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, they all had tremendous vision to see into the why. They could see the source of the issues that were happening in the world at their time. And we need to be able to instill that kind of vision. The second type of vision that we could talk about is the type of vision that we're creating. We are all co-creators here on this planet. So we are collectively creating the scenarios in this planet. If we are living in fear, we are creating the energy of fear, and that energy will manifest itself in many ways. If we're creating division and we're creating, we talked about CNN and Fox News and everybody in between, they are ultimately creating division in the world. But what we're doing at the Akashic Academy is we are building unity into everything that we do. And the difference is that it's a vision of oneness. And if everybody holds that vision of oneness, then naturally that will be what is created. So the question comes down to, what vision are you holding for your life? And are you envisioning, as this kind of little I'm just this little person on the earth and, I'm just going to play my little part? Or do you see yourself as contributing to the collective consciousness? Are you aware of how you play a role in everybody's daily life? We're all connected. That's not just something we say, because it sounds good. We should all get together and sing Kumbaya type of thing because, we're all connected, right? No, it's the reality of the world. The reality is we are all connected. So you matter, your choices matter, your consciousness matters, what you believe matters, what you think matters, and what you do in this world matters. And it matters in a moment-to-moment basis. So if you're consistently holding a space of peace and prosperity and joy and beauty and knowledge and wealth and unattachment in the world, then guess what? That's what this world becomes, and we're all able to be free and prosperous and joyful. So the question that we're talking about is, well, how do you expand your vision? Well, first of all, we challenge you all to whatever you're envisioning for yourself, times it by 10 here and now. Let this be a space where you times it by 10. Why? Because it honors the infinite being that you are. If you have limitations on your vision, you're basically saying that you are not part of an infinite universe. So you are part and parcel of an infinite ocean. So by expanding your vision, you take up more space in that infinite ocean. This ocean is consistently expanding. Your soul wants to consistently expand. So by you here and now, timesing 10 your vision for who you're being, for what you're doing, and for what you're having, then ultimately you help expand just by expanding your vision. Also, what happens is when you begin to expand your vision in a big way, you become something else. It's not really about the material gain. In my mind, it's not anyways. It's about who you need to become to actually attain that, to hold that space. So if you're thinking, I want to earn $100,000 a year, great. Think about how you can earn $1 million a year. You just times it by 10. And then if that scares you, good, because you're bumping up against your own limitations. Now you start to think, well, who would I have to be to hold that space? That's just in finances, but you could do the same thing in your relationships, in your health, right? And for the collective consciousness.
Mhm.
So the first thing to how to expand your vision is first understand why you want to expand your vision. You want to expand your vision so you can honor the bigness in which you really are. And that alone begins to stretch you and expand your very being and energy. And this is going to have tremendous impact in all areas of your life. Emily, what are your sort of beginning thoughts on expanding vision?
Oh my goodness. I love this topic. There are a million ideas going off in my mind right now, which is often the way my brain works when I'm tuned into these higher energies and there's a powerful collective space that we're holding. It's just like things are firing off in a million directions. Evidence of expansion, but I'm going to try to just harness and focus and just really ask for assistance in sharing the most important ways that this audience right here who's showing up right now can expand your vision. The first thing is recognizing that it's okay to unplug from CNN. It's okay to give yourself permission to do that. There are many people that still feel responsible for understanding what's going on in the world. You just got to recognize that these people are not, they're showing up and relaying a specific truth on a specific vibrational level that you don't want to be a part of. So stop listening.
Right.
That's the first thing, because you're not going to be able to achieve the expanded vision that as a spiritual leader I want to hold you to if you're plugged into CNN, because you're going to increase and expand that vision, and that's no bueno. So I'm going to really encourage you guys to give yourself that permission, hold that standard for yourself, plug into things that are uplifting and expanding and encouraging you to be all of the aspects of yourself that you can be. That's the first thing. You got to surround yourself with that. The next thing I want to say is that our rigidity, our stiffness is what really causes you to come up against those thresholds. And it's really quite simple energetically to address this energy. I'm going to take us through a relaxation activation today, because relaxing and going into that flow state is what will help you tune into the energy of expansion, because Coach Nick is right. This is the nature of your consciousness. This is what it wants to do. And all we have to do is kind of get out of the way. Now, in the 3D, we are definitely taking this split, this timeline split right now. The 3D, the old paradigms. This is what CNN represents, okay? When you are creating and you are in that space, you are locked up. This is what is breaking down. This is why in every moment you have the opportunity to make the choice that Coach Dick was saying, in every moment, to not plug into that paradigm with your thoughts, your emotions, your attention, and plug into something higher. It is a choice that is made in a moment by the individual. And when you do that, you are empowering this shift, this 5D anchoring in, this new paradigm that we are creating. We are responsible for creating it. So you got to get big in your vision. I don't know if you guys saw The Never-Ending Story. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. But in the end of the first one, Atreyu's responsibility is to wish on this one grain of sand for the most amazing things that he can think of, because that's what's rebuilding Fantasia. This is what we are doing right now, and it can be very fun. When you get in the flow of it and you start rolling in it, it can be fun. While the old shit's still breaking down, I'll be honest with you, it's not so fun. There are still aspects of what I'm experiencing this week in my life, in my personal life, that are allowing me to shift into this higher realm. But because I'm seeing things that are still not working, or areas where I still need to heal and shift and expand my own vision. So this is not something that is going to stop. Again, why it's so important to be plugged in with people who recognize the importance of the growth mindset of constant expansion, because it's going to keep happening. One of the easiest ways to do it, like I said, is just to relax, recognize that this is a new aspect of yourself that you're waking up to. You don't have to know who you are on the other side of the expansion, but begin to recognize that as you create this space through relaxing, through your breath, through following your dynamic passions and inspirations. This is so, so important, because this is the key to the highest unfolding of who you are. It lies when you begin to follow your own passionate pursuits. And as you dive into this spiritual knowledge, this knowledge of the deeper truth behind the physical realm, it has a life of its own, as you can see. That's why this is growing so quickly, because it's like a spark that we're handing people, and then the truth begins to open on its own. And people, you can't get enough of it, because this is the divine aspect of who you are. This is why you're here. This is what we're stepping into. And as we create that collective space together to do it, through expanding our vision, through wishing on the grain of sand and building Fantasia, we do it in this really magnificent, fun way. And it's really important that you give yourself permission to just let go of the old stuff. Yeah. All right. We're done with the time where we're constantly processing through all of our old issues. Karma is presenting the opportunity to release itself, to neutralize itself in every single moment, if you just choose to unplug and plug into love and peace and compassion and oneness and abundance. It's really that simple. We've gone through the part where it's complex, and we're digging up all the old stuff and reconciling and making amends and the forgiveness. And we know how to do that. Now we're just choosing to stay in this higher vibrational energy. And the truth is, it's as easy as relaxing. So you guys want to do a little activation?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. I am actually going to, I love what you said about 10 timesing it. Spirit's guiding me to go grab my crystal bowl, and we're going to use that sound resonance from the quartz crystal bowl to expand that vision. Okay. Pardon on me for 1 second.
Awesome. Just while Emily's getting the crystal bowl for all of us, guys, definitely, hit that like button, hit that love button, share this out with your friends and family. I know that you're tuning in here for a reason, that it's not accidental that us as a collective have come together here. That's part of expanding your vision, is that when something is in front of you, when an opportunity is in front of you, you act upon it. So if you're really resonating with the message and you're believing in it, then show it through your action and share this out so that we can spread this to more and more people. And the more and more people that get on board with this, you're giving them permission to turn off the CNNs and the Fox Newses of the world. Because you're saying, hey, I'm with this as well. And the more of us who stand up and say, I'm with this movement, and we're open about it, and we're honest about it, and we don't care what anybody else has to think about it unless they want to join us with us, right? Is that they'll come on their own time. The more that you just step up and own that space, the more that's going to open up for you. And I promise you that you are getting on the wave of what's expanding. So don't get left behind by simply not taking action. There is action that is required to be taken in the material platform. It doesn't have to be stressful action, and it should feel good. And you should feel good about sharing this message out if it resonates with you. So I really encourage you to do that. Emily, take us away on our activation today.
Let's rock and roll. Everybody, let's start with synchronizing our breath. Let's just build this cohesive energy field. Tune into that frequency of oneness together. It's a nice deep breath in. And a gentle pause at the top before you exhale. And as you're breathing with me, I want you to allow that breath to just take you inward. Deep breath in. And follow your breath inward to those most powerful aspects of yourself. Just letting your breath take you dimensionally into the highest aspects of who you are. Deep breath in. With this exhale, take that imaginary column of light that we work with, that crystalline tube of energy, send it down through your feet and move it down through the planet, anchoring it deep into the crystalline core center of Mother Earth. This is for stability and support. And then we can also pull up energy from Mother Earth. So let's pull up that unconditional love, all of the wisdom of the earth plane, all of the unconditional support of our planet, our mother planet, just bringing that up, calling it up into every cell inside of your body. Good job. And then focusing again on that crystalline column of light, and this time sending it up. And send it up into source energy, God energy, Akash energy, whatever the terminology that makes sense to you. Just be in that space. Feel yourself anchoring in to that level of expanded space, the ether. And as we're collectively doing this, the energy gets really, really powerful. So just set an intention for this energy to flow very gracefully and peacefully into your light body, opening up that column of light, and that Akash energy, that ether, that source energy comes spiraling down through that crystalline tube. As it enters in through your upper chakra, as it begins to infuse with your dynamic energy, with the Mother Earth energy that we brought in. And when you bring your consciousness into this energy field where we have this holy trinity, the Mother Earth, Father Sky, and then your divine blueprint, it begins to open up access to the multidimensional being that you are. And I can promise you guys, the more you're willing to love yourself, the higher in these levels of consciousness that you're going to be able to go. So as you breathe, as you're running these energies through your being right now, recognizing that self-love is going to be the catalyst energy that's going to expand the vision, that divine vision that you have brought with you uniquely into this incarnation at this time on the planet. And while your vision is unique to you, it is also entangled with all of the beings here. Even if you are not a being who ends up coming into the space of the academy and expanding here, just being in that frequency of beings who are holding space for the highest growth, everyone here today is getting an expansion and a support. I want you to bring your awareness now to your third eye. This is the intuitive center. This is where our inner vision is located, and we're going to use this center to focus our energy. So I want you to bring your awareness, your consciousness into the third eye. And I want you to begin to call up in your inner vision what it looks like, what it feels like to stand in the most expanded version of yourself. And just allow yourself to breathe into that. You guys know I like to use synchronized breathing. I want you to use your breath to breathe into that vision, see it expanding in 360 degrees through your third eye. Every breath you take is expanding your consciousness through that space. And then I'm also going to play the crystal bowl now, setting the intention that this sound frequency, this is big, guys. Sorry, give me just 1 second. Send out a cosmic vibration to multiply times 10 the visionary expansion, the energy behind each one of our dreams and our goals, expanding the potential to serve the collective, increasing the amount of value that the collective receives from the knowledge and the gifts that we're here to share, increasing that all by 10. Hold that sound in your consciousness for as long as you can, just following it with your awareness. And when you can't hear it anymore, I want you to use your own frequency, your own recall to recreate that vibration within your own body. Feel the oneness and the support. Tune in, bring your awareness to the collective coming together here in that space, that frequency of oneness. And feel that energy now of the collective resounding from each one of our vessels that are creating and recreating that sound of the bowl. And just hold that in your awareness as long as you can, just focusing on it as much as you can, holding as much of that. It's like an isometric contraction when you're working out, like squeezing those muscles. Good. One more nice deep breath and then release it. And just slowly let yourself come back. I feel a wave of energy. It's almost like a big energy ball moved through me and just like grounded my energy back into the planet. Do you guys feel anything interesting? Feel free to share. If you did, come on back.
That was wonderful. Just, overall, like being in that space is just such a beautiful place to be, such an overwhelming sense of peace. And the more that we do that, the more that we can anchor that into our daily lives. And when you can just be in that space consistently, just imagine what that will do for your own life and for everybody around you. Because when they come in contact with you and you go to the grocery store to pick up something and you walk down the street and people just move through your energy field and they can feel that from you, you're changing the planet by your own being. And that's what it's all about. Be the change that you want to see. So, Emily, do you have any final words before we sign off for today?
I'm not sure. My body honestly is ringing like a bell, like a gong, like gong. I do want to say that I was given a specific message, a vision through the Akashic Records a couple of years ago about just what you said. And what they showed me was like when you're walking on that wet part of the sand in the ocean, where when you step on it and you can kind of see how your weight is spreading the water out, right? And it kind of dries right underneath your eyes. You can kind of see your energy spreading as you walk. Yeah, they said like magnify that times 10 and imagine everywhere you walk on the planet, just your energy frequency is sending out that vibration. So that's all I wanted to share. This is really, really special and profound work. Like I said, the real key, guys, to making all of this unfold, to giving yourself that permission to unplug, to get big, you got to love yourself. It boils down to that. And most of us don't have any idea what that means, how to go about doing that. This is the process that as you begin to see yourself through the Akashic Records is a natural byproduct because you know yourself so much more dynamically. So if you guys are feeling, if you struggled with this, if you struggle with loving yourself, please reach out to me. There is support and help for you. It's not as hard as you think. And it's really fun work to create that space for your own growth and to dive into what is possible. Who are you when you step into that expanded vision? I love learning stuff like that about myself. That's all I can say.
Awesome, guys. We want to thank you guys so much. Remember, we tune in every single Friday. If you're wanting to dive in deeper with us on this journey, join the Academy and join the movement on a deeper level, we do invite you to check out our website, theakashicacademy.com. Just go to the top of the page, go to the website and sign up. It's $11.11 to join us inside of the Academy, get into the mindful living workshops, get into the intuitive development workshops, take part of our ceremonies, and inside of that space, connect with so many other like-minded people. It's absolutely a wonderful space, and we invite you to join us. And of course, we'll see you again next Friday. Stay tuned for Brad Johnson and the premiere of our feng shui lady, Laura, as well, as she releases her first show today on the Academy. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.